Hello again, Boxing World, and welcome to another edition of Fantasy Bout Hour, the channel dedicated to bringing you fantasy matchups on a regular basis. If there's a particular matchup that you want me to cover, please leave it in the comments section, and I promise to honor your request. Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell notification. The fight that I'll be bringing to you in this video comes by way of request, and it is coming from Mike C. I thank you, Mike, for your participation in the channel. The fight that Mike mentioned is Jermell Charlo against Gene Fullmer. I think this is an interesting fight. Let's start off talking about Gene Fullmer. I mean, this guy was no joke, no nonsense in the ring. An extremely dangerous fighter. He came forward. He pressured you, had a tremendous overhand right. And he had a tremendous cross-arm defense. Probably the best cross-arm defense that I've seen, although there's many great legends who utilize the cross-arm defense. Yeah, but I mean, he knew how to block the jab with the cross-arm defense. He knew how to counter, and the guy hit hard. Gene Fullmer had skills. He really did. And so as far as heart and determination goes, the award goes to Gene Fullmer. I can't say it enough. This guy was no joke. It's a little hard. I'm comparing old legends to new fighters because the new fighters aren't proven to most boxing fans. But I've been watching boxing long enough to kind of see where these current fighters are going, what kind of fighters they are, their styles, the problems that they would pose to future opponents, so on and so forth. And so for me personally, I can see a fighter early in their career and kind of see their potential. And so I'm not saying that I can predict the future or anything like that. I just know a great fighter when I see one. And as far as Jermell Charlo goes, the reason I like Jermell Charlo, well, both Charlos for that matter, I don't care how much we try to separate them, we'll always mention them in the same breath. But of course, we're talking about Jermell Charlo in this video. But anyway, Jermell Charlo is a throwback type fighter. He reminds me of a Hagler, a Hearns. I mean, a guy that would just get in there and go to work. But he goes to work with skills. Has a great jab. He takes his time. He knows when to strike. He sees that opening and he knows when to strike. And when Jermell Charlo smells blood, he's going for it. He's going for it. So, he catches a lot of shade for his attitude. But I didn't know that having a good attitude was mandatory in boxing. At the end of the day, it's a fight. Most of us consider it a gentleman's sport, but when it comes down to it, when it comes down to the nitty gritty, it's a fight. You're in there for a fight. And so, maybe he could keep Gene off balance with his jab. Jermell Charlo is in no hurry to get in a firefight. But on the other hand, Gene Fullmer will probably force the issue, and Jermell Charlo probably won't have a choice. Jermell Charlo makes it a point to fight fire with fire. If you're going to hurt him, he's coming back with something. He's coming back with something. He's proven to have a good chin. That chin has been tapped a couple of times, so he proves to be durable. So, Jermell Charlo will be mentioned among the warrior type fighters of boxing, for lack of a better term. But, Jermell Charlo is extremely tough. Gene Fullmer may be tougher because he fought in a tougher era. He fought in an era to where you really had to fight. Nothing was given to you back then. You had to fight. And so they both have heart. But as I said, the heart award goes to Gene Fullmer. I don't see Jermell Charlo keeping Gene Fullmer off of him. I don't think he would be, speaking of Gene, I don't think he would be deterred by anything that Jermell Charlo does. So this is a good fight. This is a good fight. But back then, they just fought with more heart, with more grit. As I said, nothing was given to them. You really had to fight. So I think that's the deciding factor in this fight. So I'm going to have to go with Gene Fullmer by late stoppage. Those are my thoughts on the fight. Let me know what you think, and I will see you on the next video.